Yay Media Group.
13 has been my lucky number for a while. Like, it's always a sign of good things to come for me.
This is 13, a Taylor Swift fan podcast, breaking down every song, every Easter egg, every era, and every theory. Hosted by the biggest Swifties, Nick Adams, Anna Zabo, Amy Nichols, and Lacey G.
Welcome to 13, a Taylor Swift fan podcast. I'm Nick Adams.
I'm Anna.
Amy. And I'm Lacey G.
You got it right. We got it perfectly that time.
Yes, we did.
We are still recording our video a little differently, so Lacey's in a different seat. So I think at this point,
we got
you've
this.
settled in nicely.
Yeah, how do you feel? Do you feel warm?
Do you want to go back? I kind of miss my little hole over there. And I miss my Amy. Like, I love it over here, and I love both of y'all. I've definitely made Anna funnier. It's true. Nick's now lagging, I think. I mean,
wow.
Last episode. Yeah.
fine.
Last episode, he really wasn't there. I'm just saying. Amy, beautiful, delicious
Wow.
as always. Love it. Love it. Yeah. Is that what you were asking?
Yep. Sure was.
Yep, on personal criticism.
I'm kidding, Nick. I love you.
Oh,
and you're
okay, it's fine.
gorgeous.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Stop hitting on
It's
him.
been a while since I've
Yeah.
said that. I need to
It
remind
has.
him
This is true.
that he is very attractive.
Man, what's it going to be like when we get to Reputation and start breaking down Gorgeous?
I think that needs to
Lacey's-
be a
Lacey,
solo
yeah.
up. I think that should just be the two of you. I don't want to be in the way. You know, feel a little.
I'm sure Nick's wife would love that.
Love it. So today we are breaking down track number 26. And yes, there's still several songs after this one, but we're breaking down The Prophecy, written by Taylor Swift and Aaron Dessner,
Yay.
who's from The National.
Yes.
That's the band that he's in. Is this the first song they've worked on together? Taylor and Aaron?
You know, we did have a little break with Jackie Antonoff, but we're
Yeah.
back to Aaron Dessner.
Back to Aaron.
What is everyone's initial thoughts on The Prophecy?
Oh my goodness. I love it so much. I feel like it's a song that very perfectly represents the album as a whole. We've said it a lot throughout our breakdowns of the Tortured Poets department, but I feel like as a body of work, it really is a deep look into the mind of the world's biggest pop star, especially knowing that she wrote this while on the Eras Tour. So while she is on the biggest stage, like absolutely groundbreaking at the peak height thus far of her career, simultaneously going through one of the hardest breakups that she's been through, and this is the music that she's writing. And so to get such a personal look into her mind via songwriting, I think is so fascinating. And I feel like The Prophecy perfectly kind of packages the album as a whole, where she recognizes that she has all the success in the world, but also has that feeling of, but did I curse myself into loneliness? You know, I'm surrounded by thousands of people every night who are so excited to see me, who paid so much money to see me. I have this team of people and dancers and crew and all these people that hype me up, and they work for me, and they work so hard to bring my songs to life. But at the end of the day, am I ultimately lonely? And so I think we got a lot of that sentiment in the Tortured Poets Department album, and I feel like The Prophecy is kind of like the microscopic version of it, if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
I think it's such a heartbreaking song and just so much vulnerability. And
Yeah.
I agree that I think this could encompass what all the album is about. And after hearing all 31 songs, and I'm playing it for people for a different audience, not just my Swifties, I would play this song because I'm like, this is a perfect representation of what she's been saying this whole time. And it's so heartbreaking because you want to tell somebody it's okay. I was seeing TikToks from a therapist who was like, no, you can't. This is a person who is obviously in therapy, who's been dealing with this time and time again. When are you going to pick me? When's it going to be me? And then the married friends with the babies, they're all like, oh, don't worry, it's going to happen. And unfortunately, that's not always the case. And that's what Taylor Swift is struggling with. And, you know, we always wish people the best. I hope everybody gets what they want. That's just not real life, though. And she's kind of coming to terms with that here, that,
Yeah, it feels
you know,
hopeless.
You have
Yeah.
an idea out. I'm going to be married by 25. I'm going to have all my kids by the time I'm 30. And then life just doesn't always work out that way. And you got to get creative and figure it out.
And when you have that moment where you realize that, it's heartbreaking in itself.
It is.
You know?
It is.
And I almost feel like I do think that the manuscript is a great last track on the album, but I almost feel like this one could have also been
agree.
the last track on the album.
Yeah.
So she starts by doing little 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, little intro,
Yeah.
and then she says,
And it's just really like, it's like soft,
Mhm.
like even just the guitar at the
Mhm.
beginning.
Then she says, hand on the throttle, thought I caught lightning in a bottle. Oh, but it's gone
But it's-
again.
And like even her voice, like her tone is just like somber, like defeated,
Defeated. Yeah.
you know?
I will say the last version that I heard of this was a remix version of it.
Oh yeah, it's going around on TikTok.
And so maybe that's where I heard. I was
hand
like,
on the
where?
throttle,
Yeah. So
thought
it's,
I got
Poppy?
lightning in a bottle.
oh,
Really?
yeah. It's really
Oh, we're
sped up,
gone
and so it's
again.
like, wait a
It's-
second.
That feels wrong though.
It
is.
kind of
It
it-
is.
it's like blasphemy, you know. but
Hand
but
on
it
the
is
throttle,
really
thought I
good.
caught lightning
It's
in
good.
a
I'll
bottle.
play it for you when we're done recording. It's really good.
But it's gone again. Here we are again, back to square one.
Oh,
Once
here
again.
we go again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was written, I got cursed like Eve got bitten. Oh, was it punishment? And that's a question mark. Was it punishment?
Yeah.
What did I do wrong?
But here's the
Yeah.
thing. Eve didn't get bitten.
She
She
did
made
not.
the choice to eat the apple. She was lured by the snake. Everything's going to be fine. She eats the apple, and it's not. Taylor isn't cursed except for by the choices that she made to get herself there.
Right. So it's like, was she the one doing the cursing?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Not so much that it was done to her.
Yeah. And what was that original sin? That I mean,
For
we
Taylor?
don't we don't
Oh,
know. I
for
mean,
Taylor
that,
or for Eve?
for Taylor.
Yeah.
I thought you were asking. I was
Sorry,
like, she
no.
took a bite of the apple.
No, for Taylor, which we won't know the answer.
Yeah.
But what was it that cursed her?
Yeah, what was
Like if she had to feel that, like a shift at a certain point. Is
Yeah.
that what you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't
Like,
know.
was it going all in with her fame? Was it trying to? I mean, we don't know what it was.
Was it
I
moving
know.
to Nashville? Was
Right.
it, parents supporting you and moving you to Nashville?
Yeah.
Yeah. What
Or
was the
did- yeah.
catalyst that doomed her to a life of solitude?
Right. Or is it like this feeling of like I was cursed with the talent of songwriting, so but I'm the one that chose to pursue it.
Mm-hmm.
That's deep. Mm-hmm.
pat around when I get home? Walk around, just pedaling around,
Wandering.
wandering around.
Yeah.
Pat around when I get home. I guess a lesser woman would have lost hope. A greater woman wouldn't beg, but I looked to the sky and said,
And I love that because it is that like realization of a greater woman wouldn't beg. Like it's like I'm not going to get to the point where I'm begging, but I'm begging.
but I'm begging.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I looked to the sky and said, please, I've been on my knees. Change the prophecy.
Don't want money.
Mm-hmm.
Don't want money. Just someone who wants my company.
Mm-hmm.
That is so heartbreaking that this woman who seemingly should have everything. She's at the top of her game. She has all this money. Everything's perfect. You're Taylor Swift. You always win. Everything's great. And she's like, I don't want the money. Just someone who wants my company.
Yeah, and money can't buy happiness. That's what we've always heard,
So they
because
say.
even when you get money, you're still going to have the same problems you had before you had money.
But I would just like to be a person that can prove otherwise.
Sure. Yeah.
That would be
Give
great.
me a milli,
Let's test this
and I
theory.
will kind of let you know.
Mhm.
But in all realness, to go back to the prophecy, it's kind of it's a word like oxymoron, juxtaposition. It's kind of the opposite, because when you think of a prophecy, it is something that was destined to happen.
Yeah.
Right? It's like she was destined for greatness, but in this sense, she's feeling like she did it to herself. Right? Where it's like,
True.
okay, so I was destined for this success and this career and this art, but by doing that, I then in turn cursed myself into loneliness. So it's like, is that what she's saying?
I mean, she's still looking at the sky and saying to the
I'm
gods
begging.
above, change this prophecy that's been made for me. And then later she says, who do I have to speak to change this prophecy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not even because she's directing it to the heavens, but it maybe farther than that when we get later on in the song. It's not just religion, but also like magic and anyone who is in control of
Right.
my destiny.
She's searching for answers about anything.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Let's talk numbers. Traditional in-person therapy can cost anywhere from $100 to $250 per session, which really adds up fast. But if you look at BetterHelp Online Therapy, you can save, on average, up to 50% per session. With BetterHelp, you pay a flat fee for weekly sessions, saving you big on cost and time. Because let's face it, therapy should feel accessible, not like a luxury. And with online therapy, not only are you saving time and money, but you're also getting quality care at a price that makes sense, and you can do it from absolutely anywhere. I always feel so much better after a session with my therapist because our mental health is really important and it is worth it. Also, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform, and they have over 30,000 therapists available. It's convenient too. You can just join a session with the click of a button, helping you fit therapy into your busy life. Your well-being is worth it. Visit betterhelp.com/TaylorSwiftFan today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/TaylorSwiftFan.
Well, I pleaded to this
That didn't work.
idea. That didn't work. I pleaded to this ethereal being. That didn't work.
So tell me if this is true, if y'all know what I'm talking about. I just tried to Google it and I couldn't see it. But didn't Andrea Swift get her like palm read or something while she was pregnant with Taylor Swift? And the palm reader said,
I haven't heard that.
It's something that I saw on TikTok.
It must be true.
It must be true. I am not familiar with this story.
That's it.
No, but that would be interesting if that did happen. Like if she did get her palm read and it like was truly a prophecy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
That she said, your child's going to be known worldwide by, everybody in the world's going to know their name. And
you never know
people
what that
all
could
around the
mean.
world, not everybody in the world, but people all around the world is going to know.
Yeah.
Before we move on, just someone who wants my company could mean companionship, but it could also mean like her company as in her corporation, what she created.
Her business.
Her business. Like, can someone accept that as well?
Right.
And to take it even further, like an heir almost.
Absolutely.
So yes, she was just saying I don't want money, just someone who wants my company. Let it once be me. Who do I have to speak to about if they can redo the prophecy?
Yeah, it's just that desperation.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also kind of a bit comical that, she wrote this, spoke it into existence almost because then she met Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
And she is now currently in one of the, at least to our knowledge, happiest that she's ever been.
And healthiest.
And healthiest that she's ever been. And with someone who loves her and supports her and wants her company. You know what I mean? And so I've seen people online be like, okay, Taylor, so who did you talk to?
I want to know. I want that number.
Let the girls know. Let us stop gatekeeping this information. But it is also interesting to me to think that I wonder if at any point she thought about like not releasing the song, because of where she is now, or if she was like, no, like it still was a part of the process. It was still a part of the project and the work as a whole.
I'd be so sad if we didn't get this song. I mean,
I
I wouldn't know, but
I would be sad.
how sad would that be?
I would be sitting here being like, I wish I had a song called The Prophecy.
And there's songs out there there are songs out there that we don't know.
Oh my
and
God.
do mean a lot.
Oh my God, you're right.
It's true.
Well, now I'm sad.
don't think about it.
The
probably-
Reputation vault tracks are fire. Okay.
Oh yeah, she did say that.
Yeah.
She
We
did
haven't
say
heard
that.
those yet.
She did say that.
Taylor continues in verse 2. Cards on the table, mine played out like fools in a fable.
Yes.
Tarot cards. She getting her tarot cards.
That's kind of what I
Red.
thought. Like that's yeah. Or when you say like, okay, like you lay all your cards out there.
Yeah.
Like you show your hand.
Like a poker?
Yeah.
Or any
just
sort of
I'm all
gambling.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. Like every move that I had is flat out.
And you lost. Whichever analogy
Yes.
you were saying, tarot cards, gambling, putting yourself out there, she lost.
Right.
Whatever
I
it was a
lost.
bad move.
I lost because I paid a tarot card reader money in New Orleans to read my cards, tell me my future. And all she said over and over is, you are very, very bad at love. You're bad at it. You're bad at
You're
it.
kidding.
Yeah. Oh, like 15 times. And I wanted to be like, ha, 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 joke's on you. I'm just casual. And then I'm like, I don't know if that proves a point. Like, am I supposed to argue with the woman? Is that going to, yeah. So she said, I'm bad at love multiple times. And she said to have my passport ready. So just an update, tarot card lady, if you're listening from New Orleans. I'm still massively avoiding meaningful relationships, but my passport's ready to go. So
Yeah. And I remember when that happened, Lacey was convinced we were going to Canada for the Eras tour.
yeah, because Anna had just told me, I think this is it. And then I was like, she was walking down the street and I was screaming at her because I wanted her to come back and hear from the tarot card reader that she said for me to have my passport ready. Obviously.
For Canada.
Yeah.
For Canada.
It just hasn't happened yet. We'll see.
Oh, it was sinking in.
Sinking in.
Slow is the quicksand, poison blood from the wound of the pricked hand.
Ouch.
Oh, I still dream of him.
So that could be a reference to Sleeping Beauty.
Mm-hmm.
If people don't know, it's she went into a coma and was waiting for her betrothed to come wake her.
Slow as the quicksand, poison blood from the wound of the pricked hand. And I still dream of him.
That's so poetic.
Mm-hmm. She continues, please, I've been on my knees. Change the prophecy. Don't want money, just someone who wants my company. Let it once be me. Who do I have to speak to about if I can redo the prophecy? Bridge. It's time for the bridge.
Bridge.
I do want a little like sound effect that's like,
I would like
bridge.
that.
What would
Something-
it sound like?
I don't
is it
know.
Like, is it
is
like
it a construction sound where they're building a bridge?
Or is
Is
it no.
is it just someone saying like, cross the bridge, go to the bridge, do the
Bridge.
bridge?
Does anyone know the lines to this bridge? Prove it.
Oh yeah, we do have that.
We do have her saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would make sense.
Something
Surely
she
there,
would
but
say.
surely there's like a SpongeBob clip that I can just be like,
Yeah, we'll find something.
the bridge.
Hey guys, don't worry. I got it. I will pull that clip from the Eras tour, and I will also upload our voicemail.
Okay.
Sure.
So
Yes.
I'm on top of it.
Great.
Don't worry. Next episode we will have a little bridge notification.
Or before Evermore.
yes.
Yeah. I
Yes.
like Nick's SpongeBob to the bridge.
there's gotta be, right? I don't know. Okay, bridge. And I sound like an infant, feeling like the very last drops of an ink pen. Whoa.
I know, and that hurts because it's like you think of like the I'm thinking like literally like an ink pen that Taylor is using to write music.
Yes.
Right, and she's feeling like she is at the last
It's running
drops
out.
of it. It's running out. All of the love songs in me are running out. Not just love songs, just in general.
Yeah.
I am defeated.
I have
What-
to tell y'all what happened. This was last night. All the planets were aligned. It was supposed to be really good energy. So I was manifesting, and I got 1.5 lines, and my pen ran out of ink, and I was like, "Oh, this isn't good." But then I didn't just want to get a new pen because I'm like, now I feel like I soiled this moment. Like I need to refresh and start
Soiled
over.
it.
So I went to my neighbor's house and stole a pen from her. The pen says like "fuck it" pen or something like that, and I was like, "That's perfect. Let's write out all my manifestations with this." And I sat outside. But that was really scary to get through a sentence and a half, and my
Yeah.
pen's running out of ink.
It's
like,
a bad omen.
yeah.
I would say. Or not.
Last
Good
drops of
luck.
ink pen.
What'd you manifest?
Or is it like a wish?
Is
where
it
you
like a
can't
birthday
say-
wish?
Yeah.
It could be, yeah, it could be personal.
Or is manifestation like speaking into existence?
Speaking into existence, I wrote a lot of stuff. I'm changing my prophecy. I'm changing our prophecy. Let's go. Yeah. There's one thing I've been asking for several years, and it involves all of us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
she already told me. I
Yeah.
can't guess.
Off
it-
mic.
Oh,
But
okay.
yeah.
Oh,
I've been writing down stuff for us for a while.
Oh, okay. Thank
Yeah.
you for including us. That was really nice.
Yeah, but I mean, my pen ran out of ink. Anything's gonna happen.
Well,
You try
yeah,
next time the planets
appreciate it.
align.
hey, maybe next time use a typewriter.
Yeah.
When she says here, and I sound like an infant, what does she mean by? Is that she feels like she's whining? She feels like she's complaining?
That's
she's
how
crying
people-
over it?
That's how people
That's what
react
an infant
to
does.
it.
They just
the
cry.
public.
Yeah, they just cry. Oh, she's whining.
Yeah.
Is that what she's saying?
Yeah, I think so.
Because she sounds like an infant feeling like the last drops of an ink pen. So like, oh, I feel like I'm constantly whining in all of my songs, no matter what I do.
Yeah, or maybe even throwing a tantrum. Like,
Yeah.
I have all the success in the world, and here I am complaining.
I have a misheard lyric.
Okay.
I thought it was feeding, like the infant was feeding from the ink pen, and the infant was
Instead
getting
of feeling.
Yeah, I thought the baby was feeding on the pen, which is really weird. Like it was hungry to get more Taylor. I don't know.
One could relate to that.
So I'm really glad we broke this down. So now I know it doesn't say that and it doesn't mean that.
Hey, maybe infants like ink. I wouldn't know.
Parents? Is that something?
No, I
you
think
give
it's
your kids?
poison.
Yeah,
I
I don't
think
think
poison.
so.
Oh, is it the? Let me scroll back up. Poisoned blood from the wound of a pricked hand.
Mm.
Yeah, that.
A greater woman stays cool. Here she is comparing herself to other women.
Mm-hmm.
A greater woman stays cool. But I howl like a wolf at the moon.
Yeah, it's just like
Girl's gone feral.
Yeah.
yeah.
And I look unstable. She's turning into a werewolf out there. She's just like gone crazy. Gathered with a coven round a sorcerer's table.
I love the way that this just like sounds.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's the way that she says sorceress or just like I really just like picture her just like doing emotion like this when she sings I look unstable, gathered by the coven round a sorceress table.
And it's the tone, like the lower level octave that she's in.
Yeah.
It sounds very cool.
yeah.
Is she in a coven when she's on stage in the
The
Eras
Willow
tour?
era.
Yeah, Willow when she's carrying the glow,
Uh-huh.
the light up orbs.
Yeah, this
Yes.
is the magic part of her trying to change
Mm-hmm.
her phase.
Do you
Yeah.
know how many members are in a coven?
Oh, dang.
13?
Shut
Nuh-uh.
Wait, really?
No way.
No way, actually?
Yeah, there's 13 members in
Whoa.
a coven. So if you think about this as changing the prophecy for her love life, that's one way. She could also change the prophecy by still doing what she wants to do, re-recording her albums to reclaim them instead of having to buy them back. So thinking that 13 is a coven and she's surrounded by them, that could have been representative, like 13 management. Wasn't that Scott and Scooters, whatever?
No, that's hers.
They had a 13 something, didn't they? Or did I get that information wrong?
Big Machine Records?
Yes.
13 Management is a management company for Taylor Swift. She's owned the company since it started at the beginning of her career.
Okay, well, she could just be around people who are telling her what to do, or she splits off and makes her own 13 management. Now I get to make the decisions.
Yeah, which would still be her coven.
Mm-hmm. And did the Reputation girlie change the prophecy by continuing to make albums that they were trying to shut her down, but she didn't. She rewrote what happens to her instead of just letting the prophecy play out, that everybody knew this was going to happen, relationship, career, whatever it is.
Yeah, that's so true.
So yeah, she's gathered with a coven round a sorcerer's table. A greater woman has faith. But even statues crumble if they're made to wait.
To wait, I'm
So afraid I sealed my fate.
no sign of soulmates.
I am just a
Mm.
paperweight in
Shades of gray.
spending my last coin so someone will tell me it'll be okay.
Ouch.
To feel like you're just a paperweight?
Yeah.
That's not a good feeling.
No.
And you're paying people to tell you
Mhm.
everything's going to be okay. Are you spending all your money on therapy? Are you literally going out to a wishing well? Like, where does a coin go? Are you going out to a wishing well and throwing everything in
Fortune teller.
Yeah.
there? Yeah.
But
Yeah.
could it also just be having people that are just around you, your hangers on, your yes men,
Oh.
Yeah.
your the people that
It
are
could be.
always going to say, you're doing great. No, it's
The
not
people
your
that-
fault.
yeah.
It's okay.
Your employees.
Yeah.
I do like how just throughout the song she references every form of greater power.
Yeah.
Whether that's religion, magic, tarot cards, howling at the moon. It's like every single form of way that you could think of, like regardless of what you believe in, you know, it's the higher power that you're asking for
I
help.
love that
Well,
too.
and it shows how desperate she is.
Right.
She goes to one, it doesn't work, so she goes to another
Try
one.
another
Doesn't
one.
work, so she goes to another one.
Yeah. And remember, even statues crumble if they're made to wait. That was one of the lyrics.
I know.
That was at the Spotify house before the album came out. We just got kind of like little lyrics here and there. and
So
that was
we
one of them.
know that Taylor loves this line.
We know she loves it. And I remember when we saw it, because of course it was out of context. And I think like a general consensus was we thought, or I at least thought, it was going to be a reference to her long-term relationship, like being in a relationship for so long when you know it's going to end, and it's like even statues crumble that they're made to wait. And I almost feel like every lyric that she put in that Spotify house has turned out to be in different, once we have the context, it means something completely different than what we thought it would mean, which I think is also just a great representation for the album in general. You know, everybody thinks it's going to be about, and it is inspired by some of her like former relationships and recent relationships and situationships and whatever it may be, but at its core and its context, it's so much deeper than that.
Yeah.
She's a genius.
And she continues singing some of the lyrics we've heard before. Please, I've been on my knees. Change the prophecy. Don't want money, just someone who wants my company.
Oh,
Let it. Oh, I was
just
oh.
heartbroken.
I thought I did something wrong. Let it once be me. Who do I have to speak to about if they can redo the prophecy? Who do I have to change? Who do I have to speak to change the prophecy? And then she goes back to saying what she was saying towards the very beginning of the song. Hand on the throttle. Thought I caught lightning in a bottle. Oh, but it's gone again. Pat around when I get home. I guess the lesser woman would have lost hope. A greater woman wouldn't beg. But I looked to the sky and said, please.
Anyone in the universe.
Is it, what does it say about me that maybe I just am so in touch and in tune with Taylor's lyrics, like for herself, that I'm in a wonderfully lucky marriage, but I sing the song with my full chest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I still find the heartbreak in this song, even though it doesn't apply to my personal life in a way.
Yeah.
I don't know
Means
if
you're
that's-
empathetic.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Because I listen to the songs as from Taylor.
So, who remembers when on the Eras tour, she mashed this up with This Love?
Oh my God.
It was so good.
This love came back to me. This love changed
Changed
the
the
prophecy.
prophecy.
It was so good.
Yes. It
Oh
was
my
great.
God.
Ugh. How many times did I listen to that today? 13. Probably. It was really, really,
Wow,
really
whole
good.
Coven's worth.
Yeah.
Cool.
It was really good.
I got the goosies. I love that mashup.
Yeah.
I know. So good.
Such a beautiful and heartbreaking song. And I'm just immediately going to jump into this because this is absolutely perfect. To just think, absolutely none of this would have happened without our lobster, Jasmine.
Hey guys, I don't know if this is the right number, but my name is Jasmine, and I have been listening to this podcast since 2021. I am a huge Swiftie, and I'm just listening to the So High School episode. And I remember back in August, I told my husband, I was like, oh, there's this guy that trying to shoot his shot with Taylor. His name is Travis Kelce. Do you know who he is? Because he's into sports. He's like, oh yeah, he's just with the Chiefs. I was like, oh, okay, whatever. And then I checked who he was, and I was like, oh my gosh, he was born the same day as Taylor's grandma, and they're the same age, and they were born the same year. I was like, oh, I approve. If they want to start dating, it's fine. And then whenever I saw them at the game together, I was like, oh my gosh, did I approve this courtship? I don't know. It was really funny how that all happened, but thank you so much for everything. I will just listen to the next episode. Bye.
I I love that, Jasmine.
Maybe Jasmine is the who do I speak to?
Yeah.
It was Jasmine.
She's out there in the universe.
Because Jasmine said, I approve.
Cece,
That's so sweet. I love that.
Jasmine, please fix me.
And Anna, apparently.
Let's go. But that's hilarious that she's like, I approved, and now they're here, and you're welcome.
You're welcome.
Who's the real mastermind? Is it Taylor Swift or is it Jasmine?
It's Jasmine.
I also love how you just like didn't know how to end that voicemail. So she was like, well, I guess I'll listen to the next episode.
I love that. Perfect voicemail. Thank you so much, Jasmine.
That was wonderful.
Don't forget, you can give us a call, 689-214-1313. That's the fastest I've ever said
Yeah, that was
awesome.
great.
Ooh,
That was
I was
really
like, I'm going
great.
to mess it up.
Yeah, we're also on social media at the 13 podcast. You can always comment, like, follow, DM, whatever you want.
And don't forget to join us over in the Lobster Lounge. You can join us there at station.page/13, station.page/13. Lobster Lounge is just a group where we get together and we talk about Taylor Swift. So how much fun is that? We haven't talked enough. We should go to the Lobster Lounge and talk some more. But join us there. It's absolutely free. Station.page/13.
Hey, thanks so much for listening. If you haven't already, subscribed to us on whatever podcasting platform you're listening to us on right now. Our website and all the ways to contact us are in the description of this podcast. Join us next time. We're going to break down Cassandra.
Thanks for listening. The 13, a Taylor Swift fan podcast. Subscribe for free and leave a positive review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Google Podcasts.